Hugh Grant and Matthew McConaughey, who are live in the studio this morning. Guys, it's a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much for coming in. Matthew, I'll start with you if I may. Last night you were spotted at the Chelsea game.
Yes, why?
That's a fact.
That is.
Are you a Chelsea fan?
No, I'm a soccer fan. I'm now a new owner of Austin FC, local MLS soccer team in Austin.
You bought their
were you
own
looking
football
for
team.
I didn't buy the own team, but I got invited in as an owner. So I'm going around anywhere I can see soccer in the world.
You've
I'm
not
checking
put
it
up
out.
any of your own cash. There's a no
Oh, yes,
risk.
I did.
So you did. Okay. So, okay. And how are you finding that as a?
So far, so good.
Okay.
No, love the game of soccer. I said it last night. I mean, the soccer ball is the greatest invitation in the world. I got back into soccer because I got kids 11, 9, and 6, and as much as we travel the world, there's one game in town that you can always find, and that's a soccer ball.
But are you aware that Chelsea's local rivals are Fulham, and Hugh is a big Fulham fan?
There may have been a reason that Hugh was never going to make that game last night.
Chelsea were very kind. They did invite me as well, but it would have been hard for me to cross that threshold without Fulham being there.
So, Hugh, The Gentleman, it's out on the 1st of January. Guy's new film. Could you tell us a little bit more about it? What's the story?
Well, it's gangsters, it's drugs, marijuana specifically. So let's not get in a panic.
No. Should we call
Matthew-
it Sweet Mary Jane?
Let's
Sweet
do
Mary
that.
Jane.
Yeah.
For the
There we
morning
are,
show.
For the purposes of the school run.
Medicinal, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If we're on the school run program, I don't know why we're advertising this film, but it's it's Guy Ritchie, so it's all done with a little humour. Is it violent? Yes, but it's funny as well.
Sure.
And
And don't let it be said that you're not a fabulously diverse actor, Hugh.
No,
But
heaven forbid.
Heaven forbid. There is lots of talk about the fact that you've got in touch with your inner bloke. How difficult was that?
well, I was a little.
What research
I
did
was
you do?
scared. I was scared after decades of having one voice in the cinema suddenly to be something completely different. And I said to Guy Ritchie when he asked me to do it, I said, no, people will laugh in my face.
This is
But
the
have
accent.
they?
You're talking about the accent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Grown up
I'm
on the
pretty
mean streets of
sleazy,
Chiswick.
kind of estuary. Yeah, but the thing is, you see, I did grow up in Chiswick, and I didn't even know it, but I had two voices. I had this curious posh voice at home because that's the way my parents spoke.
Is that what we're hearing now?
I would say it is.
Yes, that's your
And then
telephone
at school,
voice.
I had a completely different voice. I didn't even know it until my parents came to a speech day and heard me speaking in my school voice. And it
was
was
this-
completely estuary, yeah. So there's a bit of it in there anyway.
Can you give us a little blast of the...
Well, he's really sleazy, this one. He's sort of, he's a private investigator, actually.
Oh, I'm finding that strangely attractive. I quite like a dodgy
You wouldn't
bloke.
find him attractive.
You wanna
You
switch
sound
seats?
like a bloke that could flog me a toaster off the back of a van or something like that. I quite like that.
Yeah.
Bit dodgy.
And Matthew, you play an American...
I think you do. Switch seats.
There was no need for you to do an accent because you play an American in the film. Could you have done a Cockney accent?
Geez, I'd still be going to
I thought you were
classes
about to
for that
start.
one.
I thought that was you were about to embark on one then for a moment. No, fair enough.
Nah.
But you are a method actor, notoriously.
What's that mean?
Well, it means that you get completely into the vibe, you're right into the role. And
Try to, yeah.
this was involving quite a lot of naughty stuff. So how method did you go, Matthew?
I don't know.
Bearing in mind it's the
you know
school
what?
run.
One of the things of working with Guy Ritchie is as method as you want to go, you better be pretty athletic on the day, because I've never worked with somebody who comes up with new, bright ideas on the day more so than Guy Ritchie. And he'll rewrite an entire scene on the day. And it's absolutely maddening until you sit there and you listen to it and you go, gosh, dog, I think that's better.
That's why he's good. That's why he's good at what he does. It's called The Gentleman. It's out the 1st of January. Their characters don't actually interact at all during the film, but they're getting on remarkably
They've
well in the
just
studio.
discovered
Or
they
even
barely
here in
know
the
each
studio
other.
this morning.
Yeah.
How are you finding each other? Is it
Horrible.
Yeah.
And you've got a whole
Instant
day
dislike.
of this. You have a whole day of this, Matthew.
This is interview one, yes. We have 2 full days.
Okay, well, you
We'll
can
see.
get to know
Check-
each other
check in
throughout
with
the
us
day.
tomorrow night,
Yeah.
Would you be? Is Hugh coming home for Christmas?
Absolutely
You
not.
No. What?
He didn't come up for Thanksgiving either.
What is the plan for Christmas? Are you going to be back home or what?
I'm back home, family. Yeah, my wife and family, we've been globetrotting all year. It's going to be nice to get back to the house, just me, my family, my mom, and my brothers.
What's the kind of timetable? You got early risers? Do you open presents before you eat? What's the?
Well, look, the kids are always the first ones up. They're the ones that are up at daybreak, and then you just kind of hold them off until maybe if you can make it till 10 o'clock and tell them just to open one present and nothing else.
You're quite strict in that way as a father?
Really? Everything's done by 10 in my house.
Is it?
That's just me.
We just try and make it. We just try and make it last a while. When my mother's there, it lasts longer because she's always like, "No, everyone can only open one present at a time, and everyone needs to watch that person."
Right.
And so if you do it that way, you open presents for 3 days. But then everyone just starts ripping off, and then we're usually done by 2 o'clock.
How about you, Hugh? What are you all set for Christmas? Done all your Christmas shopping?
I love Christmas.
I bet you do.
I'm that kind of guy.
I can tell.
Crimbo gets me excited thinking about it. Yeah. Done all my present shopping already.
Good, yes.
Before I came here this morning, I put up some more decorations. I've got this kind of reindeer thing in lights in the front garden.
Yeah, how's that?
Neighbours love it.
I bet they do.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant, isn't it?
And
Best time of the year.
Are you going to be, will you be cooking or how does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. In the Gentleman, it's a crime caper group of criminals who overthrow Mickey's business. Mickey played by
Tried to overthrow, yes.
Exactly.
Michelle Docherty plays your wife.
Yeah, she's
nice to hear her going back to her roots.
She's great.
Because that's her actual voice, unlike
Yeah.
his. Yeah. She's a geezer.
She's outstanding.
Would you have seen her in Downton Abbey? I know that's a big hit in the States.
No. That's my friend Woody. He knows all the Downton Abbey. No, I didn't know her from Downton Abbey. I've never seen Downton Abbey.
Right.
She came in fresh, and it was obvious in day one. I was like, oh, this lady has talent.
There's all kinds of dirty tricks, bribery, blackmail, and lies that are used to overthrow Mickey's business. So we thought we would try and find out how good the two of you were lying. In front of you, you have statements about yourself that could be true, they could be a lie. You have to read them out, and the rest of us are going to try and ask questions, see if we can work out if you're lying or telling the truth. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, Hugh, I'll start with you if I may. So if you give us a statement, and we'll have to work out whether it's true or a lie. Off you go.
Well, I have two serious phobias in life. One is spiders, which I think a lot of people have.
Right, yeah.
The other is the 19th century British Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli.
Right, okay.
I can't be in a room where there's a picture of him. I don't like anyone talking about him.
Fine.
I find his face terrifying.
Okay. And what happens when you see a picture of Disraeli? Does he come out in a rash?
Don't talk about him without a little warning.
Fine. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's awful. I at the worst, I burst into tears and have to leave the room.
So arachnophobic and a fear of former prime ministers.
What is that? There must be a name for it. The
I think it's a new.
Speakmans would know.
Right. Yeah. What do we think?
I got a name for it, but I can't say it on morning radio.
Do we think he's lying though?
Absolutely.
Okay. We think. Do we? We think
100%.
we think you're lying there.
Yes.
Truth or a lie?
It's the
Yeah,
spider.
absolute.
Right.
I've seen him with spiders before.
Okay, Matthew. Give us one of your statements, please.
Well, one of my statements here is I once met the Queen and introduced myself as David. Well, let me go back. The one time I met the Queen, I introduced myself as David. The reason was I was coming from a solo backpacking trip through Nigeria. And I was dealing with my own fame, and I wanted to go somewhere where I was anonymous, so I went under my middle name, David, which over there they called me Dowda. So I'd been answering and introduced myself as David, and from there I came over to England for 2 weeks, and when I met the Queen, I introduced myself as David. And my wife said, "Who?" I said, "David."
She
She was
Or
like,
had
"What?"
your wife
I was
been...
like, "Oh,
No, I'm not going there.
I forgot that." What was that? This is a morning show. Morning show.
Yes, it
Morning
is.
show.
I found a
Kids
filter,
on the way
which
to
is
school.
unusual for me.
What?
I found a filter and I used it.
I
Matthew.
can't, often there's the thing where, when people try and over-elaborate with the lies and they put too much detail in. I have a feeling that might have been what was going on there. So I'm going to go lie.
It does sound quite convincing, but I'm going to say it's a lie as well.
Is it,
Hugh, what do you think?
Join in.
No, true.
Is
I
it true?
Smell truth.
Right. Is it true?
Like
is it,
pheromone.
I think it's a lie.
No, I've never met the Queen.
No, of course you haven't. Okay.
But I
Is
did.
your middle name Dave, though?
Yes.
Amazing.
Oh, there you go. So there's factual elements.
Yes.
Listen, unfortunately, we've run out of time. So it's been a pleasure, though, having the two of you in to tell us all about the new film, The Gentleman. It's out January the 1st. Matthew McConaughey and Hugh Grant. Thank you
What a
so
treat.
much.
This is Heart.